Hey everyone, it's XLR here, and I'm really proud to present Cardfight Vanguard to our YouTube channel. So, got a deck profile for you guys today. I'm finally finished with it. I'm really happy about it. It's a Shadow Paladin deck based around Phantom Blaster Overlord. And I really want to thank a friend. He hooked me up with the last card I needed to finally make this. So, it's not full of proxies anymore. And yeah, anyway, let's get started right away. For Phantom Blaster Overlords, as the standard, this card's the main beatstick Vanguard that you want in the deck. 11,000 base, 13 if you have Dragon in the Soul. You really don't want to use the skill, it's really expensive. 3 counterblasts, which is usually better spent on Skull Witch Nevin or Darkness Maiden Maka. So yeah, not too big about the skill, but the 13k power is really good. You put a Karen behind him that hits for 21k, which is a magic number against everything but other cross rides. For Phantom Blaster Dragons, of course I have to have the 1 SP for the alternate art. Don't use a skill, period, really, unless you're really ballsy that you know they don't have a perfect guard. It's better just to sit on his 11,000 power body and just wait till you cross ride Overlord on top. So, you run the 4 Dragon. It's searchable with Blaster Javelin, and you usually want to do that so you can thin your deck. So by discarding 1 Dragon, you can just add another to your hand using a skill. So you should never really be wanting for a Dragon. 2 Blaster Dark. You really don't need more than 2 because Full Bow searches it out when you ride Javelin. Its skill is decent if your opponent has an early game grade 0 that you want to get rid of, like Lizard Soldier Conroe, Crimson Light Cub Criff, stuff like that, but otherwise its effect isn't that great. You don't need more than 2 because it's really bad as it's just a grade 2 vanilla. And you'd rather have room for more grade 2s such as Night of Nullity Masquerade. Run 4 copies just because. 12k beaters, you have a lot of 6k boosters in the deck, so without Masquerade your columns would never hit more than around 16k. So you want to have this just so you can hit the cross rides, and just in general you can hit high numbers. I run 2 Darkness Maiden Maka. I would run more, but the counterblast cost is pretty heavy, so I'll run 2 of her for now. She's really good, she fills her own lane when she's called, but at the moment I think you need to dedicate more space to the other grade 2 that gives you advantage. Skull Witch is really good. I run 3 copies of her. She lets you basically draw everything you need. She's basically discard 1, draw 2 for counterblast 1, which is incredibly good. The only bad thing is that since I run so many of her, that 3,000 power as a grade 2 is really bad. So make sure you don't ride her. Never ride her, because first off, you don't get the skill, because it only works in your place in the rear guard. And second, that 3,000 power, 3,000 power is going to get you killed. No lie. Grade 1s. 4 Blaster Javelin. You want to run as many as possible because you want to open up with a ride chain. You really want to get this in your opening hand so you can ride it on top of Full Bow, which is your starter Vanguard. And when you do ride him, you do get Blaster Dark for free. So that guarantees your grade 1 and grade 2 ride, and you'll get a power bonus each time you ride the successive grade up. 4 Karens. Karen is the only non-6,000 power booster you have, so you want to prioritize getting him onto the field. You usually want to put him behind your Vanguard, and you want to put him behind Maka when you call her. So that's an instant 16k column for her, and basically, if you can't get these right away, I would recommend just you never want to put a 6,000 booster behind your Vanguard unless they're playing a 9,000 power Vanguard. So you want to try and search out this as fast as possible using Nevin or Maka, and then once you do draw into him, you put him down the field as quick as possible. 4 Dark Shield Maclear. Perfect guard, really there's no excuses for running less. These things save your life, and with the advent of the Break Ride format, with Gancelot and Eradicator Valensword Dragon just getting released, means that you're gonna be really hard pressed to defend the Vanguard without one of these. So you better maximize the copies you use. So 4 is the max, so why not run it? I want to thank a friend. He hooked me up with the 4th copy that really enabled me to do this deck profile. I was proxying the 4th one for the longest time. Thank you very much. Finally, 2 Nightmare Painters. These are really good because if you do end up riding Overlord without having a dragon in the soul, you're going to be stuck at 11,000 power for a very long time. So when you call Painter, you're allowed to put 1 Shadow Paladin from your hand straight into that soul. So you can get the 13k power without cross-ride. If you have these 3 cards in your soul, and you're at grade 2, or not in your soul, in your hand, what you can simply do is just ride Overlord, call down Painter, and put Dragon into your soul. So you can skip cross-riding, have 13k power return early, which is a pretty good gimmick. Nightmare Painter can also be searched out with Maka, which is good. So, yeah, you can get a 14k column, but you're also getting 13k power in your Vanguard to turn early. Lastly, the trigger lineup, really self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3, 4 of that critical. 1, 2, 3, 4 of this critical. So 8 critical triggers. 4 draw triggers. Is that 4? Yeah, it is. And 4 heal triggers. There's really no other way to play the deck right now. I mean, stand triggers aren't really that great in this deck since you do retire your own rear guards using Dragon's effect. But you're really not going to use it anyway, so yeah, so this is basically standard trigger lineup for all Shadow Paladin builds until Revengers come out. Even they run 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, so it's really nothing special. And Full Bell as your starting Vanguard. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this content, please tell me in the comments or like the video, do whatever you want. I'm really not sure if I should continue to make Vanguard content or not, so your feedback really helps me on this. So, thanks for watching. This has been XLyro with a deck profile for Cardfight Vanguard, and hope to see you soon.